So I lead our retail media practice in the U.S. So AD Ahold Delhaize is a global retailer, but I'm responsible for the retail media practice in the United States. We have the east up and down the East Coast, all of our grocery retail brands. So Stop and Shop, Giant Food, Giant Company, Hannaford, and Food Lion are the brands up, and I lead our retail media practice serving those brands.
So how's it working for you?
It's been a journey, I would say. As we look back on, the ambition we had to stand up a retail media practice, I think we feel really good about the partnership we have with Epsilon Retail Media. And then we've also had tons of learnings. If you think about talent as an example, it's been a huge opportunity to try to source talent, bring in quality talent, specifically with folks that understand an omni-channel world versus just being, a sponsored search expert or an off-site media expert or a digital out-of-home expert. In an omni-channel retailer landscape, it's important to have folks that understand a multi-channel environment.
So, you talk about omni-channel. Tech fragmentation is a hot topic in terms of effectively doing omni-channel retail media.
Yeah.
Is that an issue for AD Retail Media? Why or why not?
Yeah, I would say it's an opportunity is the way I would phrase that. So if you think about retail media, at least the way I think about it, the evolution of it is you started way back years ago. Sponsored search was the core pillar and still is a strong pillar of retail media. However, as I look to the future, it's really about having that omni-channel environment so that our brands that we work with, our partners that we work with, and our customers can receive kind of a consistent message across what we would say is the full funnel path to purchase. And so for us, when you think about technology, finding that technology partner that can serve all of those channels and then integrate all those channels is absolutely an opportunity in the retail media landscape. So as you just heard me mention, sponsored search, digital out-of-home, off-site media, social media, on-site display, all these channels that you're delivering media to the consumer through is very fragmented today. And so the reason why we chose Epsilon Retail Media to partner with them was because they brought a unified platform for on-site, sponsored search, and off-site, which is a great step, but we know there's more work to do where we bring more social media channels in, we bring the digital out-of-home channels in, we bring the in-store channels in, so that you can really have one unified view across the whole full path to purchase.
What's interesting is you're actually talking about omni-channel in a way that I think a lot of people in the industry aren't yet. I think they're just talking about the sponsored search and maybe on-site. You brought in digital out-of-home, social, among others. You also talked a lot about the consumer and the customer, though, because so much of the interest in retail media is about what it can do for retailers, what it can do for advertisers. How does the customer experience fit into this?
You can't do it without a great customer experience. It's funny because I had this internal conversation with our marketeers and our merchants all the time. They're like, well, you're serving ads. Well, no, it's more than that. We're actually serving meaningful connections to our consumers to get them to convert and engage with the CPG brands or other products. And so for us, we have our own proprietary e-commerce platform, and we work very closely with our data scientists. We work very closely with our product and engineering team to say, when we bring a new ad unit to the experience, how's that going to interact with the overall customer experience? And then as we're working with our data scientists, we're saying, what opportunities do we have to bring more personalization to the ads we're serving? Can we do more targeting? Or what are the capabilities and how we want to serve that customer experience up?
So the other thing with retail media is that everybody has a retail media network now, or at least they aspire to. So how do you see AD Retail Media differentiating over the coming years?
Yeah, I think AD Retail Media has a unique position right now. Because we're young, and we're not tied to a bunch of legacy technology, or there's not a lot of preconceived notions inside of our organization the way it should be or how we should work. So we have an opportunity right now, I believe, to set the new standard for retail media. So whether you just heard me talk about the omni-channel offering that we aspire to have for our shoppers, we want to do that through retail media and through a unified connected experience for our buyers, media planners. And so for us, we're saying, okay, if we think about 5 years from now, where does generative AI play a role? And there's a tremendous amount of use cases inside of that to really simplify and create a buying experience and media planning experience for our advertisers that's seamless and easy and allows them to execute across a multi-channel environment. Then to our consumers, it shows up consistently for them at the point of sale. And so that's how we think about the future.
And maybe zooming out even further, how do you think retail media as a whole is going to evolve?
I think it'll be different for each retailer, and you've seen the explosion of retail media networks. I don't think that's sustainable. I think there'll be some contraction. I think the advertisers, the agencies, and the CPGs will want to work with less partners, and so we'll see some consolidation or aggregation, if you will, almost swing the pendulum back a little bit. I do believe that there will be those that'll be able to stand the test of time. They'll have enough reach, enough size, or they'll have something unique that they'll offer in the way of the omni-channel exposure or connectivity. I think that you'll also have to change the landscape a little bit and how retail media is perceived as a tax in some cases. And so joint business planning is going to play a critical role, tying in the merchants, tying in the marketeers, and shopper marketing. What's the evolution of that look like in the future? But doing that in a way with our advertising partners that allows them to activate across all of our brands in a way that's meaningful for the consumers.
Thank you so much, Bobby.
Yeah. You're welcome.